Hello everyone, it's Dr. DrBartemus here, Maximize Living Chiropractor at LifeSpring Chiropractic in Huntersville. And we're here with a patient today, Rona Williams, who's very excited to tell us about her story. So Rona, why don't you give us a background about where you were, what life was like before chiropractic at a Maximize Living office?
Sure, no problem. Life for me before chiropractic care was rather difficult. I have an extensive history of endometriosis, had a number of surgical procedures leading up to a total hysterectomy, a complete hysterectomy. I was a chronic pain patient, constantly in pain, not level 2, more like level 9 pain, every day, day in, day out. So a typical day for me was maybe I made it to work on pain medication and getting home and going right to bed on pain medication. So I kind of lived day to day for the pain medication. It was just from one dose to another. So it was very difficult to really develop a life outside of that. Didn't have a whole lot of a social life. Had great friends, but not a big social life. And tried to remain active in my church and doing things with the youth. But it was always, whatever I did with knowing that, you know, I was in intense pain all the time. And the disease had progressed so much until it began to damage other areas of my body. So there was extensive damage to my colon, and my appendix was removed as well as a result of the disease. And so prior to coming here, I did have the hysterectomy done. So, but post-hysterectomy, I was still a chronic pain patient, still taking pain medication daily, a daily dose of pain medication just to function, just to get up and go to work, just to be able to go through my day-to-day activities and not feel the excruciating pain I was in. So that's kind of like what my life was like prior to coming here.
Okay.
I also was diagnosed with interstitial cystitis, which is a condition of the bladder, which also contributed to a lot of the chronic pain that I was in. So I was also trying to take medication and seek medical care for that condition as well prior to coming. So.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about hearing about us, what your thoughts were was in terms of chiropractic being able to help you, and then what's your experience been?
Well, it's been a great coincidence that Dr. Bagwell was giving a seminar. At a seminar my cousin was also participating in. And so when she heard the information, she called me immediately and she was like, "You gotta go to these people, they're gonna help you, they're gonna help us." And I'm like, "Okay, what are you talking about?" And she tried to explain it as best she could. And I said, "Well, I'll go check it out and go hear what they have to say, and we'll kind of take it from there." But I was really already at the point of having put so much money into doctor's visits and medications. I had already decided I wanted to come off the pain medication, and I just didn't know how to come off the pain medication on my own. So this was more like a last resort. So when I came in and met with Dr. Bagwell and he talked to me about the condition and the things that I'd been through and what I was currently experiencing and what Maximized Living was all about, I knew that I needed to do this, that this was going to be my chance to get my health back, really, to get my life back. So from that moment forward, I had to make a decision, a critical decision. Am I going to, you know, just pour my resources into another month's supply of pain meds, or am I going to do something that's going to have a long-term effect for me? So
Awesome.
I chose Maximize Living.
All right, and so what have been the results?
Within a month of coming in and getting the treatments done, I first noticed that I was waking up earlier in the morning, which is like phenomenal for me.
Oh, wow.
I really never got to work before 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Ever. Although I have like an 8 o'clock start time at work. So it was like...
So your boss was happier?
Oh yeah, because all of a sudden I'm able to get out of the bed in the mornings. I'm not as achy in the morning. My energy level went up within the first month of going, and it was somewhat of an accident, but I guess it was God's timing for me to come off the pain medication, because I ended up detoxing off of the pain medication I was taking because I ran out of the supply. I was out of town and I didn't realize I didn't have it. So I just took the challenge to let's just see how I do without it. And it's been challenging at first, just for my body to adjust to not having the pain medication. But instead of using the medication, I've been using natural remedies, drinking lots of green tea, which seems to be the best for me. I don't have as many episodes of chronic pain. So, you know, I don't think I've had one in the last month, really, of just a pure you're in pain episode. I've spent less time away from the office, so I'm at work more.
More money then? Huh?
Yeah, better performance, because all that stuff reflects on, you know, who you are as an employee. So that's been a burden of mine. Although, you know, I perform very well at work, when you're not there, it sends a different message.
Absolutely.
So I've seen marketing improvement in my energy level. And
what about quality of life?
Oh yeah, I go out and have college night now. It's a little joke. I kind of hang out more with my friends, and I want to do things more. So, you know, I'm more of the person now who's shooting emails, let's go hang out. And I'm able to do that stuff now. Before, I couldn't do it. It wasn't that I didn't want to go out and hang out. I couldn't do it. I was exhausted. I'm exhausted from dealing with the pain or dealing with the discomfort. So my life is a bit more vibrant now. I've had to learn to temper that a bit. Okay. Kind of conserve some of the energy for the next day. But I really am enjoying life a whole lot more now. And I have a new dog, and so
awesome.
Great.
Awesome. So the future looks bright for you.
It does.
And so, in closing, what would you say to someone in the same situation, or someone who hasn't progressed to where you were yet, but who, for whatever reason, has been slow to pull the trigger and come into the office?
I would say to you, you are your greatest investment. And choosing Maximize Living is making an investment in yourself that's going to create a return you cannot imagine. It's the best choice for your life. It really is.
Awesome. Well, Rona Williams, another life saved.